Welcome back, fam, and thank you for being here. Today, we got another video for you, and we're going to be talking about the best offensive and defensive abilities in the game. We're not going to talk about the old X factor, but just the abilities. Let me guys know what you think in the comments. Do you like the video? Shit, what abilities do you like? What are your preferred abilities that you run? Is there any new ones out there that people are having some success with? Let me know in the comments. And like I said, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Let's hop in to the action. Okay, so first off, we're going to talk about a defensive ability, and I think it's one of the most important abilities in the game right now for Madden 22, especially if you're playing in the head-to-heads or the MUT and all that. It's Acrobat right here, Acrobat. Here is a list of some of the top players that are going to have Acrobat. That's all your free safeties, all your cornerbacks. And what this is, it says the defenders with this ability will dive for increased range on pass breakups and interceptions. Of course, offense is very pass dominated, and this is a great ability to have, especially if you're running zones, because zones can be kind of glitchy and broken sometimes. And with this, it'll help get them to dive and break up passes or dive and intercept passes. So this is an absolute must-have. Stack all your DBs, your corners, your safeties, everything with this ability. Absolutely must-have. For other defensive abilities, we're just going to go over a few honorable mentions. Kind of Acrobat, I think, is the best defensive ability in the game. So next would be bench press, and this one's is for man coverage, which is usually not run just overwhelmingly that much, you know, but if you do like man coverage and you sneak in man coverage plays, this might be something to think about. Defenders with this ability apply bonus fatigue to their man coverage target after a successful press win. So if they get the press on the line, they will add fatigue to the player. And these are, again, some of the top players and corners, safeties, that would have the bench press ability here. And this does work if you're running man. Usually about after 3 plays of them getting successfully pressed on, they're in the yellow, you know, and within 5 to 6, they could be in the red fatigue. So if you do like running the man, this is something to think about and consider. Okay, so now one more defensive ability that could be possibly used is Stonewall. Okay, the defenders of this ability will frequently prevent additional yardage gains while tackling. So if you're struggling with stopping the run, or or you're playing against someone that runs a lot on you, this won't help with the stopping breaking tackles. But when you do make a successful tackle, they will not go forward. There will not be that extra yardage forward. You will stop them right in their tracks on a successful tackle. So that's what Stonewall is. And at this point, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, guess what? Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps with the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. And if you turn your notifications on, you'll get notified when we post a new video. And our new videos are going to be gameplay, tips, tricks, pack openings, news, updates, you name it. We're going to try to cover it. We're trying to pump out the content for you, and I hope you enjoy it. And again, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see, what you want to see, what you want to do. Give me some direction. I follow direction very well, and I'm open to hearing anything from you guys. So thank you guys so much, and back at it. You could do an honorable mention that's possible for under pressure, when this can apply pressure to the quarterback from a greater distance. So if you are getting your defensive linemen or your linebackers, whatever, are getting through, and even if they're not going to be able to get the sack, you can get that quarterback pressure on him to where he can make a bad throw, and you could possibly get an interception, or it can be an incomplete pass, stuff like that, and you won't have to be like making contact with him to get that done. It can happen from a greater distance. So that's another honorable mention. So now we're going to hop into some more offensive abilities. So for running backs, Backfield Master. When lined up in the backfield, players with this ability have access to 4 additional hot routes, better route running, and improved catching against linebackers and linemen. So this is a big W for running backs. What is our other one? Running back apprentice. When lined up at running back, players with this ability have access to 4 additional hot routes during pre-play adjustments. So Reggie Bush, Christian McCaffrey, Kamara. Now, if you're not using like a catchy, fasty running back and you are using like a Travis Henry or something, maybe you could put like a bulldozer here. Have more powerful truck aim and animations, you know, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, you know, something like that, you know. Now we're going to some wide receiver ones. And of course, deep in elite, deep out elite, great ones. And the same thing for mid in elite, mid out elite, short in elite, and short out elite. Okay. And basically just the receiver's ability catch more consistently while catching passes less than 10 yards from the line of scrimmage inside the numbers. And basically that's going to go for all of them in that way. So the deep is 20 plus yards, right? And if it's going to be the in, then it will be inside the numbers. Deep out is outside the numbers, 20 plus yards. And then the medium is going to be the 10 to 20 yard range. Of course, inside, outside the numbers. Okay, so now for the wide receiver is the route technician. So receivers with this ability have a high success rate when creating separation on the last cut of any route. So this is going to be that glitchy cut when they're breaking on their routes, and this is a great ability to have on your wide receiver cards. And here you can see again the list of receivers, a bunch of good ones, a bunch of great ones. Of course, Diggs, Julio Rice, even Bush can have it. Johnson, Marshall, Shipley. Yes, great card, great ability for your receiver cards. Now, there's some other receiver ones that will be in the game that I don't know if any cards have of yet. So, Hot Route Master, 4 extra hot routes during pre-play adjustments. Another one would be Wide Receiver Apprentice, and Playmaker would be another one that's currently not there. So when the cards get this is going to be another great ability to have. So Tight End Apprentice is a great card for your tight end, or ability for your tight end cards. Only Kittle, Waller, and Graham have the ability, and when they're lined up at tight end, players with this ability have access to 4 additional hot routes during pre-play adjustments. So you'll have your standard boxes of your hot routes, and then you'll have one more. You'll have 4 additional routes that you can call. Gunslinger is going to be in a great ability. The only current player right now, view all Gunslinger players, is Zach Wilson. So players with this ability have faster passing animations and increased velocity on bullet passes. Great ability to have. Currently, Zach Wilson is the only one to have it. That's one reason why people are using it as a meta card as quarterback as Zach Wilson, and they're equipping that because his throwing power is insane already, and then you can even get more velocity, and faster is the key to faster, so it takes less time for him to throw the ball and the balls to get there. And another great one for quarterback is going to be Set Feet Lead. Passers with this ability have increased throw power on bullet precision passes made while their feet are set, except on high-low throws. But, you know, when you're planted and you're throwing the bullet passes, increased throwing power on it, right? Not your quarterback's animations. It'll still, however long it takes them to do the animation to throw, is still going to be the same unless you're using the Gunslinger, which we already talked about is the Zach Wilson. But if your quarterback's planted, this will not increase the throwing animations, but it will increase the bullet velocity, the power on the precision passes while your feet are set. Great ability. Another decent one for quarterbacks is going to be the Bazooka ability. Quarterbacks with generational arms have the power to stretch any defense to its breaking point when they enter this zone. Their maximum throw distance is increased by 15 yards. So that's another playable one for quarterbacks. And again, there's definitely a few choices for quarterbacks for this ability. One more possible quarterback one is Quick Draw. Players with this ability have faster passing animations when they're throwing under pressure. So they'll get the ball out quicker, but it's only going to be when they're under pressure. see the Gunslinger one, the Gunslinger, which you can only get with the Zach Wilson and then you're going to fully juice it up with that power up. But that ability is going to be faster passing animations and increased velocity on bullet passes. So that one's a pretty OP ability right now. We'll see what happens when more players get that ability. So yeah, that's it. That's some of the best abilities, offensive, defensive. I don't really use abilities on offensive line. I don't really use too many on the defensive line. So mainly going to be like the running back, receivers, quarterback, and then your all your defensive backs, cornerbacks, and safeties. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, let me know. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you again soon. Peace.